So Nintendo revealed a very unique feature at this year's E3 for the upcoming Super Smash Bros., and it's clear Nintendo is riding on this to be a major selling point for the game. I'm talking about Amiibos, which are Nintendo's attempt at entering the NFC figure scene. It was unveiled during Nintendo's digital event, and although they basically covered all the major details, I didn't feel they did so in an intuitive and easy to understand way. I see a lot of people online who are still a bit confused on its actual purpose, which is why I wanted to try and clear it all up, because it truly has great potential to be a feature to sell consoles once it's understood. So the biggest misunderstanding I'm seeing online is whether or not you play as these figures or if they're just hyped up computer opponents. And well, that's because they technically are just computer opponents. But it's how they're incorporated and changed the game, which make it something to be excited about. You see, when you buy an Amiibo Smash figure, you're essentially purchasing your own unique sparring partner or rival for Smash, depending on how you plan to use them. When you place them on the gamepad will read the figure and the character will come to life in the game as a computer opponent. Fighters brought in through this method will have the letters FP over their head during the match, which stands for figure player instead of computer player. Now so far this seems like a pointless feature when you could just set a desired difficulty on a computer by default. But what makes these figures interesting is that they're capable of holding information that the gamepad sends back. This allows this particular computer to be modified in multiple ways. Whenever your Amiibo figure battles, whether it be you it's fighting or not, it'll gain experience and level up. The maximum level for a figure is 50, and all sorts of stat effects will take place during this leveling up process. You can also modify their movesets, and this will stay consistent with the figure even when it's taken to another person's house. In other words, think of them almost like Pokemon, a computer opponent you personally train as you fight it and mold to your liking. To make things even more interesting, the figure will learn your fighting style. It'll adapt and try to counter it with its own fighting style. So if you block a lot, it'll learn to grab more, or if you tend to do a lot of meteor smashes, it'll perform much more frequent air dodges. This alone makes it much more exciting than just fighting a regular computer opponent. As your Amiibo becomes stronger and stronger, it'll surely surpass the limitations of what a level 9 computer opponent is capable of, and will likely be a force to be reckoned with. Can you imagine the possibilities with this? If your friend has a different Amiibo figure than you he's been training, you can have team battles with your own Amiibos on your side helping out. Or if you really wanted to, you could just let your Amiibo and your friend's Amiibo fight by themselves, and watch on to see whose figure is more powerful. Even more interesting is that doing this is encouraged, as Amiibos gain the most experience when fighting other Amiibos. It opens up so many new possibilities within Smash Bros., and the fact that these custom computers are portable since they're stored within the figure is what makes this such a great idea. Even if you're by yourself with no one to play with, you'll always feel like you have someone to play with in a sense. Even though that's not technically the case, but the Amiibos mimic the sense of a real player by having a mind of their own by seeing them grow and progress. Now it's important to note that this is all 100% optional. When the game launches, you'll be able to buy it, have all of your characters and stages, and play just like any past game in the series. And the Amiibos aren't used in online battles with anyone, so there's no fear of them unbalancing the game. Instead, it's an optional extra feature, which will add a lot of customization and unique battles when combined with other Amiibos trained by your friends. And although these figures won't be launching until the Wii U version launches this holiday, you'll still be able to get ready for them when the 3DS version comes out in October. As you play Smash on 3DS, you collect various modifications you can add to the characters in the game, or new moves to apply to your characters. You'll be able to stock up on these collectibles on your 3DS, then when the Wii U version comes out, transfer them over into that game. Then you could apply these modifications to the figures you'll buy for Wii U, almost like how you could put stickers on the bottom of character trophies in Brawl to affect their stats in the Subspace Emissary. You know, it's really this comparison that excites me the most about Amiibos. We're finally basically going to be able to literally buy Smash trophies, modify them to our liking, then bring them to life to fight either alongside you, against you, or against another Amiibo. I don't know about you, but personally, this announced feature just multiplied my excitement for Smash. I can't wait to buy a couple of figures and see how they change over time. It also doesn't hurt that they simply just look awesome in addition to their actual functional use. With that said, I hope this video was able to clear up a lot of confusion. Be sure to sound off in the comments on whether you think this is an awesome idea, or something you're not really excited about. It's arguably the most unique thing shown off at E3 this year, so I'm interested to see the overall reaction from fans.